April is Autism Awareness Month. It's about celebrating and recognizing people on the autism spectrum. Susan Berkowitz, author of Make the Connection, is back with us. It's good to have you back here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
This is important. About how many children are on the autism spectrum?
In the U.S., about 1.7 million.
Okay. And if we're better at recognizing it, then are we better then at being able to communicate and help them?
Yes. So augmentative communication is a relatively young field, but in recent years there have been a lot of research and a lot that we know now about how to teach kids on the spectrum to communicate.
And a lot of that goes to the parent.
Yes.
The majority of it, I would imagine.
It does. There's so much that needs to be done before that child even comes to school.
Modeling, what exactly do you mean?
I mean literally using the same kind of language. So we talk in front of children, and they learn by listening to us talk what the words are, how to use them, when to use them. We're asking kids to use pictures to communicate when they can't speak, so they need to see the models of people doing it, so that when we're talking to the children, we're also pointing to the pictures and showing them how to do that. We might say, I like you. And so I would pick out the keywords and point to those while I'm talking to the child, and that's a model for them of how to do it.
It's becoming a little bit more technology friendly too.
Yes, it's much more mainstream. Kids who maybe didn't like to carry around devices that made them look different, they're willing to carry an iPad because everybody's got an iPad,
right,
or an iPhone even. And so having the apps available with the symbols is wonderful, and we need to get that into the hands of kids and parents earlier.
Okay, the book is Make the Connection.
We give kids picture-based systems like this, and obviously they're not all this complicated. Some have far fewer pictures, but we want to make sure we have enough words on there so that kids can communicate with us. So the first thing I teach people to do is to model. All kids learn language through modeling, and your average neurotypical child listens to people talking 8 hours a day, 365 days a year, for at least a year, if not a year and a half, before they ever start talking. So we need to immerse kids who are going to use pictures in that same kind of environment where people are showing them what to do and how to do it.
A child that may have autism.
About 25 to 40% of kids with autism are nonverbal. They don't talk, they don't have enough words to meet their communication needs. And historically, we have thought that those children couldn't learn to read, and we didn't provide literacy instruction for many of those kids. And we were dead wrong. And so it's really important, because literacy skills are important for success anywhere in life, in anything you do, whether it's social or academic or work. So we want kids, parents with these kids to know that nonverbal kids learn to read the same way everybody else does.
This is NBC Palm Springs.
So, yeah, mothers who were cold and didn't allow their children to bond with them and connect with them.
Really?
Yeah. And our current statistics say that 1 in 59 children or fewer diagnosed with autism, and anywhere between 25 and 40% of those are nonverbal, or at least functionally nonverbal. Well, parents need to know that they are their child's best teacher, and they do so much all the time without even realizing it. But building language is fun. Follow your child's lead. Do what they like to do. Play with what they like to play with. I always say, summertime is beach time, and you can work on your picture communication using verbs like dig, or concepts like in and out. The sand goes in or out. So building your sandcastles by modeling. So while you're playing with the child, you just point to the pictures, you say the words, and you're building language, and that's all it takes. Routine activities throughout the day, whether it's helping your child brush their teeth or get dressed, there's all that language that you can build. So there's a lot.
And we have Susan Berkowitz in the studio, concentrated predominantly on AAC. Tell us what AAC is, for those that don't know.
AAC stands for Alternative Augmentative Communication. And so for people who need an alternative to speech because they can't speak or don't speak, or for people who need their speech augmented because they are either not intelligible enough or they don't have enough language to meet all of their communication needs.